And we are live. Wednesday Night with Those Guys, and Wednesday Night with Those Guys is sponsored by Those Guys. Welcome to Wednesday Night with Those Guys. And this is the live stream where we talk about everything in the drone world and promote the usage of drones. And if that's something that you're interested in, then you are in the right place. So we have a few things to talk about tonight, but first, Lawrence, the #1 co-host in live streams, how are you doing on this humid Wednesday here in New York City?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How are you doing? The weather's nice.
Well,
the smog is going.
Well, I'm good. I'm learning a lot from some of the things that I'm seeing with these storms lately here in New York. But New York is slowly going away from this humid to a tropical, kind of humid type of environment. But what I'm noticing now with all these storms that it's knocking down a lot of trees. So I don't park my car near any trees when they talking about storms and stuff like that.
Because, yesterday they
I actually like my car, and insurance companies will disrespect you when in the time of need when you have a problem like that. So I try not to park my car near any trees. You know, I don't know. I mean, I saw what happened in Queens yesterday from the storm. You know, a lot of people got damaged vehicles. Matter of fact, right up the street by the park.
Really? One tree took out 4 cars. I was like, damn.
Yeah. The last storm we had before, the tree up there by the park came down and crushed in the top of this minivan. So I don't park near these trees, man, when we get in this bad rain.
So, plus the lightning was pretty bad too.
Oh, was
a little bit of an electrical storm too.
Saturday. Oh, that's what I meant to tell you. Remember I told you I was doing some work on the car? I'm almost through with all of the work I'm doing on the car. I was at the upholstery place, right, on Saturday when it poured down rain.
Yeah.
I'm standing out front, in the front of the place, and I saw the lightning flash right across the street. It was like kaboom. I was like, oh, my ears was just like ding, 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 because it hit right across the street.
Wow. I've been close, but not that close.
Oh, it scared the whatever you want to call it out of me.
I've been about a half mile close, and that half mile was enough to make the TV and everything in the house just blink for a millisecond.
Wow.
Yeah. So I can imagine it hitting right across the street from where you were.
Ooh, it was bad.
Tree fell in my hometown and killed 2 people sitting in their car.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, definitely. Fortunately, with all the people we have here in New York, there's so many cars. I don't know if it's because there's more cars. The odds are higher that you don't get crushed. You notice every tree that falls in the car, no one's in it.
You know,
The
lady was talking about trying to move her car.
Yeah, she was getting ready to move it.
Yeah.
And the tree went kaboom. You ain't going nowhere. Hold that.
That's crazy. So yeah, Lawrence, I did the 10-inch display screen.
Nice.
You
don't have no pictures to show us, man?
Maybe next week. It has a few things going on with it because it's like a lot of sensors and stuff that come with it and all that. So what it does now is that it has the diagnostics for the entire car, and it does the tire pressure and everything.
The screen.
On the screen, yeah. And
okay.
It tells you the heat of the temperature of the air in the tire.
That's interesting. You know, if you're close to blowout stage.
So that's something that the car never had before.
That's true. This is true. Anyway, welcome to Wednesday Night with Those Guys. We apologize for last week, but something came up kind of last minute. Yeah.
Well, nothing really came up last minute too much, really. It just
I made something up. It was like, what? No show? Okay, cool.
No, well, I needed a vacation, and I took
Yeah.
a vacation. And if it's okay with everybody, I just took a week off.
Yeah. Yeah. That's all.
That's all. But we got a couple of things to talk about tonight. Lawrence, what is it that we wanted to mention real quick? Because these things are on the calendar. They are coming up, which happens to be the commercial UAV Expo. That's happening September 1st through the 3rd.
Mm-hmm.
2026 in Las Vegas. So if you can make it, if you fly commercially, that's a good show to make if you're interested. And also coming up, we have the Northeast Drone Meetup. Now, this one here was just started last year, and they're gonna have a meet and greet on Friday.
Yeah, this is the second one, right?
Yeah, this is the second annual.
Nice.
Friday from 5 to 8 p.m. at Snookers, so sports bar and grill, right?
Yes.
So, if you guys are in the Northeast or plan to be here, that's a good meetup.
You're in the Rhode Island area. Drive
It's
on
being
by.
run by a couple of very, very good guys in the drone community. So you guys got to check that one out.
CT Pirate and Josh Primack, right?
Yes. And
Which they also have a show on Mondays that I just can't seem to make it to. I'm always work busy.
I caught it in the car this week because
of the new system. You guys hear this? You guys hear this?
The old system I could do it too, but it wasn't as nice as this one now is a 10-inch screen, so I can actually see and into the chat sometimes.
Oh, okay. RJ says he's chilling in a truck stop for the night. Okay, that's what's up.
With the 10-inch screen, I could enter the chat sometimes. With the smaller screen, it was harder to get in the chat. I couldn't really see. Although it's kind of hard to while you're driving, but with this, you can speak your messages into the chat.
What happened?
I can speak my messages into the chat now.
Oh yeah. That's true. Because it's Android.
So yeah, it's nice. But
all right,
also,
we're gonna have to test that theory.
Also coming up is I guess it's the Northeast. It's the Canada Drone Meetup. Now this one also is being run by a bunch of nice guys. This is on the weekend.
Drone Seekers International.
Yeah, they're going to be there. Sunday, that's going to be Sunday the 20th of September. Day of fun, flying, and food, I guess. Or flying, fun, and food. I don't know whichever way you want to say it. But that's being run by a bunch of guys in the drone community too. So that's organized, I should say. And if you are going to be in the Canada area, or you plan to be there, that might be fun. And then rounding off the fall, we have coming up in November 6th through the 8th, you have the 3rd annual Vegas Drone Meetup. Now, this is run by another couple of great guys in the drone community. If you're in the area or plan to be there, and you've never been to Vegas, then that's an excuse to go, because to me, Vegas is a lot more than just gambling and shows. There's a lot of stuff to do in Vegas.
Right.
It all depends on what floats your boat. You got different tours and stuff like that you can do, and there's different events here and there. Everything off the strip. And I know that these guys have a nice venue plan for you guys to fly. So, like I said, if you're going to be in the area or you plan to be, make sure you make it to one of these meetups this year. What do you think, Lawrence?
Oh, most definitely. I'd like to try and make the Canadian one. I'd have to work on a passport as soon as possible.
Well, you better get on that quick, because the way things are now, it might take a minute. Plus, you might. I know you want one with You want one of the ones that got Trump's picture on it. So I know. I know and it's while supplies last.
Oh, wow. Could you imagine? I pull out an idea and go, bam! It'll be a great conversation piece.
Well, you know what, Lawrence? We got 13 people watching, or 12 now. One guy left.
Okay.
Is it because I said Lawrence wanted a passport with Trump's picture on it?
I don't know, man.
You don't like him?
I'm saying for a while in New York it's terrible unless you're doing business. Yeah. You don't have your 107 and apply for that permit and have that $4 million in insurance. They don't want you flying. There are places, but they want you better have Lance authorization when they check.
Who? Well, you got to have Lance authorization anyway.
Anywhere, but I'm saying now it's no
We're
excuse.
going to talk about that later.
Yeah, definitely. All right, let's do a quick roll call.
A roll caller coming up here.
Yeah, all right. Quick shout out. Since you got to turn your caps off, Eldon. Your caps on is like you're yelling. Take off, lift, and land. Representing the Bronx strong. How are you, Eldon? Hope all is well. Salute to you, sir. RJ Aerials, chilling out at the truck stop for overnight, checking out the live stream. Shout out to Ron. Hope all is well with you. Highlight America, how are you? He needs to be given a blue wrench. Highlight America. Shout out to you, sir. John Olson, representing Long Island, Strong Island. How are you, sir?
Big
I'm
John.
sorry we missed you last week, John. Okay, Gator Drone, how are you? You see it earlier. Hope you're still here listening in the cut in the background. And then we have SJM Steve, SJM Drones Media. Shout out to you, sir. I hope all is well. And I did get Highlight America. Mm-hmm. Yes, there he is on the bottom. You can give him a. You can give him.
That's it out of the 13 people watching.
That's it, bro. Short and sweet.
Wow. So the rest of the people are hanging out, hiding.
We're used to it already.
So they can tell their friends that I don't go over to their live stream.
Oh no, I got it. I don't fucks with them. It's okay.
So see, he left again.
Yeah, that's all right. 13 cool kids are here, Ron said.
The guy just 12. The guy you offended about the passport left again. Him and his friend, so it's just 11 people.
Him and his friend? Well, singular. I'm just saying. What we got to talk about? We got a lot of good stuff, guys, tonight. Some interesting stuff to talk about.
Do we?
Yes.
Do we? I mean, a couple of things. The one thing that I did want to mention, and I see that a lot of people, like I said before, and I said this for the last few weeks, a lot of people have gotten this drone in spite of all of the naysay and talk about the fact that the editing is an issue and this, that, and the other. And then the people who, downplayed the editing aspect of it and stuff of that nature all ran out and bought the drone. So
yeah, but I know a few people that have sent them back and
that's okay. But
yeah,
in Drone XL there was a DJI Avata 360 review, and this review was pretty good because yes, it's DJI's first attempt at a 360 FPV drone. It's got the camera from the Osmo 360 on it. And believe it or not, at the price point starting at $719, this is a good value for a 360 drone.
Good value is an understatement.
I looked at it and I said, you're talking about what? Because this one here is a little heavier than the Avata 2.
and
This one
bigger.
comes in at, yeah, because this one comes in at 400 and was it 55 grams, whereas that the other one was 250.
249, 248, something
Yeah,
like that.
something like that. So let's look at it a little bit here. The Avata 360 has what, a 1/1.1 inch CMOS sensor. What is it? This here? Ooh, 64 megapixels. That's nice in each of the cameras. That's nice. But the thing that I'm looking at in an article talked about how in the studio you can edit keyframes in less than 15 minutes with this virtual camera.
Hmm.
Because I know you do a lot of was you do the editing of the 360 work.
Yes,
Um,
I love it.
think about the studio here.
You know what? The studio is very simplified.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot easier than I thought it would be. All you have to do is click one or two buttons. They even have loops for it.
Okay.
DJI, they even have code. So if you don't know anything about editing manually, you
Mm-hmm.
can click on a loop, and of course you can lighten it and darken it. But you can click on presets.
Okay.
It's not
So
hard.
it has a lookup table.
Yes, yes, it has a lookup
Okay.
table, different lookup table settings. Some for overcast, some for
Okay.
evening, some for golden hour.
Well, you know what keeps coming up? Like, who is this drone actually for? And in my personal opinion, this drone to me, I feel is for anyone who wants it, anyone who's open-minded about the different editing style that is required for using such a drone. Um, I think that sometimes the older we get, we don't want to learn new things, and we have a tendency to shy away from these things. So
Yeah,
I just feel that I don't know that some guys just don't want to learn new things. So I mean, and that's okay too. But we talk more and more about the youth and the younger generation as I say, getting into drones, and that is great for them because they can learn this out the box and it'll become like second nature for them, editing these kids.
mm-hmm.
Plus, I'm
Well,
pretty
see,
sure
that's it.
that a lot of
That
them mess around with these 360 cameras anyway if they're into tech and stuff.
that's exactly already what kids are doing. They're taking a simple camera.
Hmm.
Macro photography is more popular with your cell phone than it is with the big mirrorless cameras that you guys are using.
Yes.
There's a whole cult out there of people that do macro photography with their cell phone. I even went out and brought some lenses for my phone. So
Did you?
the fact that kids are being born into this, RJ says I would think about getting the 360 to replace the Avata 2. That doesn't work right. Now, see, if
Why
you're getting
doesn't
it
that
as a
work right?
replacement, $719 is not bad, bro.
Well, let's look at
Because you
this.
already have the controller and the goggles.
Let's look at this. Let's look at this because um,
You see what Ronnie
talk,
put?
talking about, yeah, I see that, but replacing, I'm not sure if it's a replacement.
It's not, because there's no acro. There won't be any acro because there's no need to do flips and tricks with it. It's designed to be flown like an FPV drone or like a camera drone, and then all of the editing is afterwards. To be honest, I like it because now people used to start up their drone and just take off and be like over here, bird, squirrel over here, all over the place. Now what the 360 does, it forces you to stop and look around and plan a flight path. And what I mean by that is you stand there and you look at where you want to fly by. That's all you do, Herman. You take an
Hmm.
extra 5 or 10 minutes to say, okay, I'm going to go this way. I'm going to go through the trees here. Then I'm going to come out and I'm going to cut through here. And once you do that, I did it the very first time, our maiden voyage, Herman. I
Uh,
took her out for a fly, stood there. I'm like, I'm going to do this, do that. I went and came back. It was flawless. Went to stop the recording. I never freaking started.
See what I mean about
So I basically got a test run.
see what I mean about just wanting to fly?
Oh, yeah, because I should have known better. But the larger sensor, those 1-inch sensor, as opposed to the cell phone sensors that the anti-gravity are using, neither drone is perfect at
It's
night.
not that much bigger, but
RJ says, Lawrence, you're fired.
it the whole thing is that I think that both of these drones kind of fit into two different categories.
They do.
You know what I mean? And I would use the 360 for the shooting threes. Now, don't get me wrong, the same shots you can get with the 360. You know what I mean? Or with the two,
You can get the same ones with the A1, yeah.
No, with the no. I'm not talking about with anti-gravity. I'm saying the same shots that you can get with the Avata 2, you can create with the 360.
True.
But
that's true.
There are things
that would be an upgrade, RJ.
There's things you cannot create with the 2 that you can do with the 360.
True.
You know, and then the flying aspect of shooting, or flying to shoot, is a lot less flying than you would, you know what I mean? Because you really don't have to get all these different camera angles. You don't.
You just fly, bro.
Right, you just fly.
Like even FPV pilots do this, Herman. They say, all right, what am I going to use for a line? I'm gonna follow this path. I'm gonna use this line through here, so and so. But now, you do the same exact thing. Even if you're cutting through trees, you have to just fly it normally, because there will not be an acro mode for the Insta360. I'm letting you know now. It makes no sense for a 360 camera to spin and to be able to dive. If you saw that video that I did, Herman, over at 711 Beach 9th, how I went up to the building and just went straight down, and I made it look like I spun around and looked up as I was falling, and I spun back around. All of that was done in one move. I knew I went past the edge of the building, and I was going to drop straight down. Once I dropped straight down, I stood there for about 30 seconds, and then I went back up, and I went back to the end. And all of that was done in post-editing.
Okay.
You know, so it's fun. It's fun. If you're thinking about replacing your Avata 2
with the 360, if you're up for the challenge of the edit, then hey.
Thanks, Ronnie. We can't fire Lawrence. Then the show will just be called That Guy. I gotta pay attention to the chat more. That's funny.
Sometimes I try not to, because these dudes go on in a way.
I know. Don't let it be the holidays. Everybody have a little eggnog in them.
Or just a nog.
Or just a nog, right? Could you imagine?
No, but
we got 6 minutes till first sponsor.
Some of these cats miss their calling.
But honestly, if you can get past the editing curve, and the DJI Studio, I was saying in the chat, is definitely easier than the Insta360 Studio. All right, Insta360, they kind of expect you to know certain things already. Also, there's a plugin. If you have Adobe, there's a plugin that you download, and you could use your 360 footage now in Adobe also. So for those people who already are paying for Adobe and you don't want to learn something new, the DJI Studio is free. It's free though. I mean, it's okay. I like it.
What?
Johnny calls us the nice people, Ronnie. That's what he says.
Who?
Okay. No, Ronnie was saying to John on Flying Flint. Okay. Johnny calls us the nice people.
Oh, the nice people. I'm a nice guy.
Oh, on my receipt they put that guy because I didn't leave my name. And I ran back to the truck to get your wallet. Oh wow, that guy. Don't forget to click the like button, guys. Welcome to Wednesday night with those guys.
What? You said we got a sponsor, right?
In 5 minutes.
Yeah. Well, we got time. Let's
Yeah.
let's go. So yeah, the I keep calling it the Insta 360, but no, this
Avata.
thing, the Avata 360. It's got what, D-Log M?
Mm-hmm.
We address really who this is actually for. Anyone that's willing, that's up to the challenge of learning something new in editing or has no problem with it in the first place.
Well, it would be advisable to have the basics of editing down. If you can drag a track down, you could drag a track to the timeline and cut it where you want. That's half the job.
Excuse me. If you're flying drones, period, you should have some basic knowledge of editing, either photo or video.
Okay.
Well,
I mean, I do know some people that shoot everything in auto.
well, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, true.
You still gotta be. Well, what's the point of taking the pictures or the video if you're not gonna edit them? Unless you have somebody that's gonna do it for you.
Wishful thinking.
I mean, there's a drone pilot here in New York that knows nothing about editing. He just puts up the footage. I guess he color corrects it and just puts the footage up where the drone does this and looks that way and heads this way and then
Yeah.
and he puts that on LinkedIn at that.
I know. It makes me nauseous every time I see something new.
The guy
really
actually
does.
follows me and I see
Herman won't let me hire a secretary yet. As soon as he does, I'll put her to editing all my stuff.
No one can edit the things that you actually want done.
That's true because they can't see it. They can't see it.
But you would have to direct it.
Yeah. If that's the case, you might as well pay AI to do it.
That's just like the mural over in Brooklyn. That actually worked because you shot the video, I directed it, and the edit came out well on it. So
I agree. All the shots were called. It was flown and put together, and that was one of my best videos I've done in a long time, I must admit.
it's out there if you guys want to see it.
Yeah, it's out there on YouTube and a few other places. Or you can go by, if you're in the New York City area, you can go by and see the mural yourself. The tallest mural in Brooklyn, standing at 150 feet.
At 326 Rockaway Avenue.
In Brooklyn. Now, I do suggest you may want to carry something with you. Maybe if it's a little rough. I mean, rough.
When Lawrence says rough, it's like really abrasive. So just be careful when you be on your.
Oh, Ronnie says it sounds like y'all in Savannah with all the sirens. Yeah, they're all day long, bro. I don't even hear them anymore.
Oh, he's talking about you.
Yeah, over by me. Yeah, over here. There's always sirens. Ambulance, fire truck, police cars.
We have it, but we don't. It's not that bad.
It's to the point here where I used to live in Rockaway, and the planes would pass over every 2 minutes, and I didn't hear them anymore. Now I don't hear the sirens anymore.
That's what happens when you're in a big city. Those things happen quite often. There's a lot more people other than you.
Yo, they stopped the Good Humor truck highlight around here a long time. 1 minute till sponsor. Long time ago. They started robbing the Good Humor truck. I was still in elementary school, I think.
The Good Humor truck.
Yeah. The guy used to come, he had the doors with the big lock handle, metal handle on.
He couldn't take a joke.
If you wanted a strawberry shortcake, he'd walk over to one door and open that up, reach in and get it. If you wanted a toasted almond, he'd walk over to this door and get that one. I remember.
What happened? He couldn't take a joke.
What do you mean?
He said good humor.
Oh, did they rob him?
Yeah.
Well, no, first they were getting them for the ice cream. He would go on one side, and they would go on the other side of the truck, and which was kind of messed up.
That one went right over your head.
Oh, welcome, Rob.
Hey, what's going
Gary.
on? Gary. So, Lawrence, we got a sponsor, right? We'll get the sponsor, and we'll move on to the next subject. For the live stream that talks about everything in the drone world and promote the usage of drones. Tune in every Wednesday night to Wednesday Night with
those guys.
Except last week, Wednesday.
Except last week, Wednesday. Exactly.
Are any of you guys into fishing? Lawrence, you like fishing?
I like to eat fish.
I didn't ask you.
But I'm not big on fishing though.
Oh, okay. Any of you guys into fishing?
Yeah, this is
perfect.
I
know you guys all fly drones. So we happen to have a drone that is ideal for fishing.
Yep.
And we'd like to share it with you. The Aeroo Pro.
Yes. Premiering.
Yeah, the Aeroo Pro. It has an ultra. Listen to this one, Lawrence. It's got ultra heavy lift motors.
Well, go ahead. I'll play the video while you describe it.
An automatic release system, and it can carry a payload to 1 kilometer. It has an 4K ultra high definition, 12 megapixel, 1/2.6 CMOS sensor with a 3-axis gimbal. Now it's got a weather resistant shell.
Yep.
And it
carries a 1 kilogram payload.
Yeah, I said that.
Okay.
It has a 45-minute flight time. Now, they got an AI flight battery that adjusts the flight time depending on the payload, the temperature, and the altitude that you are flying at.
Yes.
With 2.7 live image feed through its transmission system to your phone or whatever it is that you're using to collect the information. It has a 6-time digital zoom, and it can go at the range of 10 kilometers or 6.2 miles.
Wow.
In range. It has its wind resistance up a little more than 50 kilometers or whatever per hour at 31 miles per hour wind, and it has return to home feature. So
okay,
this drone has a lot of the stuff that you are used to in drones, and it's marketed towards guys that fish because and they claim it can drop also payloads. It can, so I guess they're saying like drone delivery.
Yeah, but also, if you guys want to check out the website, I want to point out we got this information about Aeroo drone. It's being sold here in the United States, but it is created in Australia. So shout out to Feet on the Ground Rob for passing this information to us. He was like, "Hey, you guys should check this out. Have you seen it? Have you seen or heard about it?"
I had actually seen the drone, and I wasn't really,
You're not a fisherman,
right? So it wasn't something that But when I started to look at it, I said, "Wait a minute, it's actually not a bad little drone."
Ronnie says hot air fryer works better.
It actually comes with, well, believe it or not, like I said, it's a weather. It can fly in the rain and stuff like that.
Yes, it is weather
sealed.
Weather sealed, yes.
And it comes with a weather waterproof bag that your drone it can be put in. So, like I said, you have the Aeroo Pro as well as the Aeroo Pro combo.
There we go. There it is.
All of the extras.
Yeah. The Fly More combo.
Yeah.
Of course.
You get all of the extras with it.
and it's priced pretty decently because the drone by itself is going for $9.99. Okay, and then the Fly More bundle. Okay, I should have had that clicked on the shop. Okay, let's go to the
Fly
shop.
More bundle.
The Fly More bundle is like 1,700, 1,800, if I'm correct.
That's not bad.
Here, the product. I'll
That's
go.
not
Okay, sorry. That's a lie. I'm on their website right now. It's 1,100. The Fly More bundle is 1,100. I'm looking at it right here on their website.
Yes.
Right here, just the drone by itself is 1,000, and then the Pro Air Combo is hell. You might as well get the Pro Air Combo, right?
Yeah, you might as well because it does have auto return to home if you lose signal or if anything happens. It'll automatically return to home and land in.
And can carry up to 2.2 pounds, so you can use it to carry fishing line out or something in a small package. It has a drop release system built into the drone.
Yeah, I mentioned all of that, and you could.
Yeah,
You can deliver sandwiches.
I think it's great.
You could deliver sandwiches with it.
Yeah, right. It'd be like on the beach, and the guy would be like, "Yo, I'm on the boardwalk. Where are you?" And you send a drone over and attach it, and bring it back to you.
What, the sandwich?
No, that's U.S. That website here that I looked at the price is here in the U.S. I switched it to our country to see if it was sold here. So this is right here. So if you're a fisherman and you want to go to the website there, I just posted it, and you'll see the drone is going to be doing a few big things, at least in the fishing world. Everyone I know was using it was a fisherman.
At least, right?
Yeah. One guy says he can carry his line out further than he can cast it. Makes sense.
Well, if you got the drone, sure you can.
What I like is the drop release system is built into the body. So you put a hook through, a cable through, and then it just pulls the pin and drops. Then the pin locks back in again.
Which
I think that's nice. Pretty hot.
It's nice. I mean, I haven't gotten a chance to fly it or to actually have it in my hands, but it is from what the specs and stuff like that says that it is, from the little video presentation that they have, it sounds pretty good.
Yeah, I posted the video in the chat, so if you guys want to check out the video with sound, that's right here also as well.
You know, I listen. Don't leave it up to me. If you guys are into fishing, then you might want to check that out. You got a dedicated drone for your fishing.
And what's good about it, it's sold here in the United States, which means it's already got FCC clearance. Reeling in that line back will take a minute or two. Oh, hell yeah.
Well,
you talking about, I took it out about a quarter mile. Try reeling in a quarter mile.
Then
with a fish on the end of it.
It gets hooked on something.
So shout out to Aeroo. That link that I put is for the United States here. You can, all information you want. They have safety clips.
What I really was impressed about the fact that the battery and the drone itself are all waterproof.
Yes.
It could take a beating from weather, and you won't have any issues with the drone. So, which means that it probably gets hot as hell.
That's a possibility. Very few, or all the vents are on the bottom. Definitely, they would have to have some kind of venting system because and it carries 2.2 pounds. That's about the weight of a Maverick 3. So it could literally carry another drone.
Listen, it's marketed towards fishing and drops.
I know, fishing line. So you figure 2.2 pounds of fishing line.
Well, they talk about that and delivery.
Yeah.
So
of course, the weight does slow it down, and you get less battery time.
CT.
John, how are you? Hope all is well.
What's going on?
Happy Wednesday to you. We were just showing this Aeroo drone for guys who like to fish. You're a pirate. Check out those links I put in the chat there. Scroll up and bookmark those links. The YouTube video and the Aeroo page.
You said
Drone made in
you're
Australia.
a pirate?
This is not a paid endorsement.
He said you're a pirate, so he must like to fish?
He must like to fish. He's got to. Or at least got to like eating seafood.
You're funny.
Like me. I can eat fish. I can cook fish. I'm just not a fisherman.
Yeah, me too.
I'll gut one. I'll clean it. I know how to do all of that stuff, but listen.
What, you even take the scales off and everything?
I know how to take this. I know how to scale them and everything. My grandfather used to come home with fish the length of his forearm. And that man was 6'4", so he had a pretty long forearm.
The thing and scrape it.
Yeah, yep. But you know how it is. Put down the newspaper and start in the sink. Because any place else, scales got all over the damn place.
I'm good.
Anyway, welcome to Wednesday night with those guys.
I let the guy at the fish market do it. I don't want to look like I got sequins all over everything.
The DJI T50 drop a fishing line offshore. It is a little extreme, but they say if you want to catch those bigger fish, sometimes you gotta drop that line way down there. And most of the time, people can't drop that line down because they can't reach that far. Right. I mean, unless you're on a boat and you just let it drop down with the sinker. But other than that, if you're on the shore fishing, this drone would come in handy.
Well, the thing about the DJI T50 doing it is that's a lot more expensive drone doing it than the Aeroo Pro.
That's for sure.
Hey, Angie. Happy
Angie.
Wednesday.
How are you? How are you? Happy Wednesday to you.
Yeah, Lawrence. So, yeah, I mean, that's my opinion. I happen to actually like the presentation that they put together. And, I mean, if I was heavy into fishing, I might consider it.
Right, considering you can't get the Swell Pro anymore because that's a Chinese-made drone.
Well, honestly, looking at this, and like I said, the thing that impressed me the most is the weatherproof. Like the whole body is sealed.
The IP rating is a lot higher than your standard drone.
Even the battery can get soaked in the rain, and it won't malfunction. That's what they say.
That's what they claim.
Now,
yes.
I'm not advising you to just to try to prove them wrong by taking the battery out and putting it back in the rain.
True. Sorry to hear, Angie. AC broke. Damn.
Uh-oh. That's not good in Texas.
Yeah, for real.
Wow. I'd be dead.
Dead? I'd be like one of those people you see hanging out in the mall, and they'd be like, "Sir, the mall's closing." I know it's closing.
When I see you making your way to the door to lock it, I'll leave.
Right. Until then, leave me alone. It's hot. Highlight America said, "Don't sweat it, Angie." You guys are something else.
See, I told you these dudes missed their calling. Don't sweat it.
This is true. This is very, very true. Anyway, what else we got?
Put a fan in the freezer.
Yeah, right.
And open the freezer door. You know what, Lawrence? I wanted to tell you. The FAA is cracking down on drone pilots, and Deter explains why. Now, there was an article in Drone XL that highlighted a video that was made by Russ from 51 Drones. And it talks about deter. We mentioned deter back when they first announced this. We talked about it right here on the stream, and how that it was a way for the FAA to fast track enforcement. We've been talking for like the last few months and stuff now that the FAA was going away from the whole stop and educate people that were violating laws. Then they've stopped that education approach, and now they are going into enforcement, and they're now finding a way to fast track this enforcement, especially for like first time offenders. And they try to make it to where is that your first time offense is going to be your last time offense.
Right.
You know, and some of the fines have been pretty steep. You know, there was a fine imposed back in February of $20,000 and $300 and some odd dollars for a guy who flew his drone over Mar-a-Lago during the presidential TFR. You know, we keep hearing about guys flying in airspace during TFRs, but then there was another one for $36,000 for flying near wildfires. Now, we all know about the guy who ran into the damn plane.
Yeah, we were on loan from Canada.
You know what I mean? You know, so, I mean, I guess it's time. You know, a lot of people don't want to hear it. A lot of people don't want to talk about, you know, the things that we can't do. And I think that if you don't want to get involved in talking about the things that we can't do, and you just want to talk about the things that you want to do, then you're kind of complicit with all of the stupidity that's going on. So, you know, like I said, we talk about everything in the drone world, and we also do promote the usage of drones, but it must be done safely and intelligently, you know, and the FAA is not changing any rules and stuff like that. You still have to have your, you know, your Lance authorization.
Mm-hmm.
In some places, like here in New York, you have to be Part 107. But there's a lot of other things that you have to have involved. And you can't rely on, well, it was good to fly here yesterday. You have to be up on your TFRs and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be in tune to a lot of things. You know, it's not just I want to fly, I want to fly, I want to fly, I want to fly.
Right.
You know, I was teasing you earlier about the whole thing about when you said you took off and flew the whole thing and you forgot to hit.
Forgot to hit record.
And I said, that's because you just want to fly. But you got to be in tune to the TFRs,
Everything.
what airspace you're operating in, and the things that are necessary to fly in the area that you want to fly in. It's not just so much that, oh, I like this spot and I want to fly here.
True.
Those
True.
days are done.
True. Go ahead, Herman.
Those days are pretty much done. So, I mean, it's still most of the country you can fly without any hassle or any problems, but you still, like I said, you must have Lance authorization if you're flying in controlled airspace.
Yeah. And I want to say this even more so, flying here in New York, people are getting their drones taken because they're not observing several rules. Number one rule is you need Lance authorization. If it says 0 altitude, don't do it. Don't do it. If it says 200 feet, don't go above 200 feet.
Well,
and you need to have your drone within line of sight. Most people that are getting caught are getting caught for one of three reasons. Either it's a TFR, they're out of line of sight, or they're above an altitude that they're supposed to be above.
Well, also, the one thing that is very important is the registering of your drone, so that way your remote ID is in place. Because places like
and have your
here
trust.
in New York,
Yeah.
there's no such thing as G airspace anymore in New York City.
Yep. Yep. Even though it's Class G airspace, you
Yeah.
still need a permit to take off, and you still Lance will now. Here's the tricky part because Lance will not give you authorization to take off in Class G airspace.
And that I think that they would take that into consideration when you apply for the permit.
Yeah. 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 I mean, it's $150, $3, whatever surplus fee or whatever.
The tax.
$153 for the permit. If you want to fly at Coney Island, also you got to know the areas. Like right now is beach season. They don't want you flying over the beaches because they have their drones searching up and down for sharks. So you have to know your airspace. The
And for the
FAA
guy
is
that
saying
can't
there's no more
swim.
chance, there's no more excuses.
Right. They're not slapping guys on the wrist anymore. They're not sending 150 letters to your house anymore.
Now with this DETR program, they
Deter.
will see your deter. They will
Deter.
deter program. They will see your drone. Okay, it says right here in the name, drone expedited and targeted enforcement response, which means they will see your drone because of the remote ID. With the remote ID, they can check your email, and with your email, they can get an address to where you live. And that's how they will say, okay, we realized that you were flying legally because you did have Lance authorization, and you
the
were.
fine,
Huh?
and the fine that they're going to give you is going to deter you.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So
No, but let's think about this though. This is like I said, I guess believe like first offenders. And there's a few things involved because you do have to plead guilty to it,
yes.
and you got a short space of time to make good on the fine and stuff like that. It's not going to be dragged out and stuff like that. So I mean, it's good in a way and bad in others because holy hell if you're a remote if you're a Part 107 pilot and you get jammed up in this.
Yeah. They have taken a few 107 certificates from people. I'd be the one to get in trouble for LOS, line of sight. Angie, I'm going to erase that from my mind. I know I didn't just read that. I'm ignoring it. The views and opinions heard tonight are not necessarily
Yeah, you're right,
the views and
Draymond.
opinions of everyone on the panel and or in the chat.
You're right, Draymond.
No such thing as first offender anymore. You are just getting hammered. Yeah, it's yes, and you know all they care about really, you being in the right airspace and having that authorization. Hey, what's up, TJ? How are you, sir? Hope all is well.
Yeah,
Thanks for coming.
You gotta have all your ducks in a row.
Yes.
You
So
gotta
don't.
have everything straight.
It's just here in places like here in New York, they want you to have that permit. So a lot of people here in New York are going upstate New York. They're going outside of the 5 boroughs. They're going to Long Island.
Right. Places where
Even
they
though
can
Long
fly.
Island is starting to get a little stricter out there as well. But it's still flyable.
Places where they can fly. Long Island always had little stupidity in certain townships that wanted you to have, permits for taking photos and stuff like that. Just like Glen Island in New Rochelle. You remember that
Yes.
one? Glen Island.
Yes, definitely. Hey, Jims.
Although you can go to Orchard Beach and fly from Orchard Beach over to Glen Island.
True, right? Fly north. Fly north. 700 drones were confiscated during the World Cup. Oh, no. Numbers a lot higher than that, sir.
Yeah, they went up.
That was the number went up. They are pushing it about 3,000 drones that were confiscated. Close to, yes, to Glen Island. You're right, Elgin. They confiscated close to 3,000 drones. I think it was 2,900 something.
They detected.
Yes, detected, sorry. But they've caught a lot more than 700. And Hey, Draymond, how are you? Hope all is well.
They're snatching guys out of the sky. Those guys are going to be searched. Those drones are going to be, I guess, worked over to make sure that they find out what your flight patterns and everything were.
And what they're doing,
Ownership
if this is
of
true,
those
what they're
drones.
doing, and I heard from straight from a reliable source, they take your drone, they confiscate your drone on the spot, FPV, no matter what it is, and they look at the flight logs. First thing they do is they check to make sure you're not in a TFR. Second thing they do is they check to see if you are flying over people or over infrastructure. Then they take your drone and they check to make sure you were within line of sight and below a certain altitude.
Well, they already know you were flying during the TFR.
Yeah, yeah, they know these things. They know. So
Oh,
you could say it wasn't me, and you get that email.
and you know, all of that expensive equipment that they trained guys to use, it's not going anywhere. Expect to see it now at every sporting event that's out. Believe me when I tell you, this will be at your local ball games and your local stadiums and stuff like that. There's no more of the nonsense. There's no more of the nonsense.
Good morning, Rob. Feet on the ground. We did the story on the
So,
Aeroo drone from Australia. Thanks again. Shout out to you and Sue over in Australia. Hope all is well.
don't
3
tell me
minutes till
he missed
sponsor
he
and
missed it.
FPV Corner.
He missed it.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
He missed. He's gonna have to go back and watch the replay now. I mean, I think it was the second story we did.
mm-hmm. You're late.
Anyway, good morning over there in Australia, Rob. Hope all is well. Tell Sue I said what's up. Hope she's doing well. And welcome to Wednesday night with those guys. We have about 2.5
You
minutes
know
to
what I wanted
sponsor.
to mention, Lawrence, real quick?
What's that?
For we mentioned the review of the Avata 360. And remember we said that it was what $719.
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
if you're looking for one, that's the starting price on the kits on Amazon. So
Yes. $719.
feel
One
like
battery,
going,
one controller, and the drone.
you feel like going on over there and picking one up, because you can do the fly more for under 1,000,
Yep.
and that's gonna come
And
with the
I just
boosters.
wanted to make this public service announcement. We got 2 minutes till sponsor.
That's your
But
public
if you're
service
part 107,
announcement.
you won't be that guy. That's true. But you still got to have your apples in order.
That's not necessarily true.
You still got to have your apples in order, though. Because they still, if you're part 107, they're going to expect you to have your drone within line of sight. They're going to expect you to have Lance authorization. And they're going to expect you to
That
have
you're
your drone
not flying
registered
during the
and
TFR.
a copy of the trust test.
Well, you don't need the trust test if you are Part 107.
True. Only if you're none. If you're recreational.
The thing is, if you're Part 107, they expect you to know not to fly during a TFR. Know what I mean?
You better.
I'm just saying they would expect you not to be doing it. Let's get this sponsor, and then we can go right into
FPV Corner. Yeah,
FPV
we can
Corner.
do that.
Okay, we'll be right back. Jonah dear, if you're a Part 107 pilot and you're looking to scale your operations, you want to get out and do all of the work and leave all of the office work to someone else, then Jonah dear is for you. Placed with tools to make you a more knowledgeable pilot. This is where you can book appointments, collect your payments, hey, show off all your work. If this is something that you're looking for, then Jonah Dare is for you. Check out the link in the description. Jonah Dare, it's for you. And we're back. Lawrence,
Yes, sir.
FPV Corner is becoming like I guess a staple on the live stream.
Yeah.
And we're getting more and more drone pilots into highlighting more and more drone pilots that are flying FPV.
And I always need drone pilots to come on here.
Because I think we talk a lot about camera drones and what the police are doing with drones and what they're doing with delivery drones.
And now they're using FPV drones during war.
Yeah,
The
and it's
police are
kind of
using
like
FPV drones.
we want to humanize it a little bit and just talk about the drone pilots that are still flying them for fun. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So who do we have for FPV Corner this week?
This week for FPV Corner, we have Rico FPV. I'll bring him on shortly once we get started here. Welcome, Rico. I can't hear you for some reason.
Can you hear me now?
Oh,
We can hear you.
perfect.
Okay. Okay. Is it too loud? Good.
No, you're
It's-
fine.
You're fine. You're good. You're good. You can speak comfortably. Smile, dude. This is just like talking shop with the homies that
Thank
go
you.
out flying.
I just want to say thank you guys for bringing me out of my shell because it's the first podcast I've ever done.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
And
well, hopefully it won't be the last.
no, I'm excited about it. I really am.
Let everyone know what state you're from.
I am from Virginia.
Okay.
Okay, and how did you get your name, your FPV
Uh,
name?
I picked it from a song a long time ago. It was from a NoFX song. And I figured I stink as a pilot, so it kind of fit.
You know, it's funny you say that because I named myself Novice Quads, and I've been far from a novice long time ago, but can't change the name now. It
Yeah.
sticks.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of guys that pick names and then can't go back afterwards. So I
Yeah,
tried
yeah.
to pick something that sounded good that I'd stick with. So
All right, so
Rico,
let
did
me.
you tell all your friends and family you were going to be on the show tonight?
I did.
Okay, so they should be in the
Good,
chat.
good.
Hmm.
And also you can use a screen recorder and come back and just record this segment of your interview. So
Nice.
now when you set up for one, you'll
Mhm.
say, okay, I seem I relaxed more during that interview. Now
Mhm.
I have a heads up. Once you get on camera, you can't stop. It's like
Yeah.
Pringles.
It's like FPV and addiction.
Yeah, that's true. Now, what protocol do you fly? What do you fly? What do you like to fly?
Well, I started off, the kids had got a little toy one, and I was flying it around line of sight because I couldn't get the camera hooked up to my phone. And then a buddy of mine had talked about this guy with a DJI drone and how high up it went and how good you could see and everything like that. So I got into looking into camera drones and watched some videos about FPV and freestyle and kind of got hooked on the freestyle part of it. And then I wanted to fly 5-inch and everything big right away, of course, seeing all those cool videos. And
Yeah.
I saw the little whoops and stuff and the little teeny whoops like that. And I was like, they're just toys. I was like, I'll probably never be able to fly. I'll probably never fly those. I just want to fly big ones.
Okay,
So
but what do you fly most?
the most probably whoops now. I started off with like a Speedy B, 2.5, little B25.
Okay. It
Was
looks like the Pavo 20, the Pavo 25.
yeah,
That's a
it's
3-inch, right?
2.5.
2.5. Okay,
Mhm.
okay.
And that was my first camera drone that I started with. It was a little heavy and it was hard to control. It does have a O3 camera in it.
Okay.
And I started with V2 goggles about
What's-
2.5 years ago now. And watched some drone camps, videos about
Okay.
beginner drones, and that's how I got started with the B25. Actually, this was my first B25 that I crashed in the neighbor's yard. Had to walk around looking for several minutes, but ended up getting it back.
It looks like you got her gutted to be prepared.
Yeah, I've been able to repair drones now, take them apart, fix them, put them back together. And then I got into building. So after that, I built a few cinemas, cinelifters, because I was really going to film real estate when I
Okay.
got started. That was my plan, was to get into real estate filming. So I built a Gep RC Cinebot.
Nice.
Um,
Nice.
This one has a Vista in it.
Okay.
and I
I
could.
still have Vista units in my joints. So you're flying
I bought a
O3 and Vista still, right?
yeah O3s and Vistas on V2 goggles,
That's exactly what system, what exactly what I have.
and I have this. I got a printer and started printing my own parts, and I have a camera holder for the run cam.
The
I
run
have
cam, I call it the
run.
run cam peanut.
Yeah, well, yeah, they have the little thumb. So on this
Yeah,
one,
the
I
thumb
got the
drive. Okay, there
hmm
you go.
the little run cam thumb.
Now you said
This
you started out with 5 inches, right?
well, I started off wanting to fly 5 inch before
Oh,
I realized what was involved and how much was involved and how big they were, and they didn't look so big on camera until I got a hold of them. So I ended up building this 3.5 inch instead. This was my
okay.
first open prop, 3.5 inch from Flyfish RC, and this one's analog. And I have
Okay.
an analog adapter on my V2 goggles I started with.
I also had an analog adapter just to fly analog. It was supposed to be my transition phase and while switching everything to digital.
hmm Analog's cheaper, and you can repair the parts are easier to get, cheaper to get.
Yeah,
The
I know. I
O3
know, but
system,
huh?
the O3s were like 170 when I first got started in FPV.
Yeah, I know. Now they're an arm and a leg and almost
Yeah,
impossible to find.
now they're up to like 300 and some. So I still
So
have.
what protocol are you on? ELRS or Crossfire?
I do use ELRS. I've been using the TX15. Um,
Okay, nice. You have the TX15, I have the TX12.
yeah, this one has the bigger gimbals on there. I started with the little pocket controller, the Radio Master Pocket,
Yeah.
and I flew whoops in my yard a lot because my sim wasn't very good on my computer. I didn't have a gaming computer. All I had was a little laptop computer,
Yeah, yeah,
so I
yeah.
could never really get into the
Simulator would be
sim.
real hard to do.
I could fly it, but the graphics were horrible and it was real glitchy and blocky. So I ended up getting I printed out my own cases too here, and I ended up
For your whoops.
yeah with the whole little batteries, and
I
ended up
hope I hope you're selling those.
getting no, I don't. I just everybody who wants the file, I put the link on there. It's on Maker World or somewhere. A guy on Maker World made it up. I didn't make it up. I just printed it off of there.
Okay,
But
okay.
I really started with these the Meteor because I didn't want to crash $400 or $500 worth of drone. So I would fly real careful and real easy and real slow, and I was like flying on angle mode a lot starting off. And a lot of people say, if you're going to fly freestyle, don't go in angle mode because
Right.
then you have to retrain yourself all over again for
You do, because it's
acros.
always going to want to level off.
But once I got these little things, I said I'm gonna go for acro and went full acro with it and started flying them into the grass. And then they got grass stains all over them, and I
Well,
break the
I
frames.
I wanted to I posted your Instagram is in the description, and I
Mhm.
posted it in the chat as well. Um, you just started with your YouTube channel, so
Yeah,
I
I'm
have a
getting.
video here of you. It says park flying with the fractal Mob 7.
hmm
The only thing is, it's on Instagram, so I have to do it like this. And we have to mute the audio because that's just not going to happen. But where is this place at? That's in the video. What's going on here? And is this a regular spot you go to?
Yeah, that's a local park of mine that I could go to right down the street. And it's nice because the playground area is way over on the other side of the park, and there's nobody ever on this side. You
I
might
saw
see.
a couple of grills there, so that must be the barbecue area.
Yeah, there's a little barbecue spot. Kids come through there on their e-bikes all the time, so sometimes I'll follow them around, but there's really not much going on this side. So
And how long have you been into FPV?
seriously, about 2.5 years now.
Okay. Okay, so you're still fairly new to this
Hmm.
game. You just can't call you a virgin no more because you passed that 1 year mark.
Yeah, once I started building and I had to learn how to build from scratch. I had to learn how to solder. The only solder experience I had was burning stuff with a little wood burning kit when I was a kid.
Oh no.
So I knew nothing about electronics. I knew nothing about computers. I knew nothing about video editing. I had to learn
Data
all of,
flight, none of that
yeah,
stuff, huh?
the programming and why is it doing this? Why
You
is it
had
doing
no
that?
idea what you were getting into, did you?
No, but I learned it all on my own. I didn't have anybody really coaching me or helping me out.
Well, you seem to have done more than good as far as being able to get out there and fly on your own. Now, I know Jack. We've had Jack on here before, and he has a drone out called the Triton.
Hmm.
What is this? What the hell is the Triton gang?
It
I'm
is.
afraid to go to some parts of the states because I don't know what the Triton gang is.
It's just a group of people flying really radical freestyle frames. They're
And these are frames that are printed up by Jack's 3D
yeah.
printing. He
This is
prints his own carbon.
a little micro one I put together.
So what
Um,
is that? A 2 inch?
a 2.5, but it's really got bigger props on it than it should.
I see that.
I can
And,
get it.
and the
There it
thing
is.
probably rips. That thing probably rips about 40 miles an hour, huh?
But yeah, it's a 2S and it weighs about 96 grams.
What battery life you get out of that?
About 3.5 minutes on this one.
Okay, and that's freestyling. So if
Yeah,
I were
that's
cruising, I could probably get 3 minutes out of it.
you could get 5 maybe out of a 2S battery.
Just cruising.
Yeah, some of the little batteries these are the 1S batteries, so they're like smaller than my finger.
Yeah, I have a couple with my Pavo Pico. I have a couple of 1S batteries
But
and a couple of 2S also. But I tend to like the 2S a little better.
hmm
I think
yeah,
the 850s that I have
hmm
here
yeah,
for my Pavo
850s.
Pico. Um,
850 is good. I fly a lot of 850s on stuff like this
okay.
that I can get 5 or 6 minutes of real hard flying, or maybe about 8 minutes of cruising
Well,
on
the
this
reason I
stuff.
was asking about the Triton gang is because I
Hmm.
have, I oh, here we go. I have a video that you have put up. Let me just cue it up real quick. Right here. It says Triton gang here,
Hmm.
and Jack's 3D printing. I'm like, I know he pushes a drone. I didn't know what kind of click this was, or if you needed special access to join. It's
No,
just a
not at
bunch of
all.
people that fly his frames.
Yep, I just picked them out and started flying them because I thought they looked cool. And next thing I know, I guess I'm part of the gang now. I would say I'm a relatively new member, but there's a few people like Chewy Prado Jr.
Yeah,
It's really helped promoting everybody and real positive in the FPV community, the freestyle community.
yeah. OG Shorty, are you familiar with him?
Oh, yes, I am. I think I'm friends with him too on Facebook. Hmm.
Yeah,
So yeah, a
yeah.
lot of these people that I looked up to when I was learning and starting out, now I get to be friends and actually chat with them. It's cool.
Okay. I'm sorry. I just had to answer this text only before because it was kind of an emergency. But I'm sorry
Mm,
about that.
that's
But
okay.
this is the same spot where you were the first time, right?
Yes, this is with the actual Tiny T, the 2.5 inch one.
The one you just showed.
Yeah, it's 96 grams with the
Now
battery.
you know what bothers me with a 5 inch drone. There's a chance you could get it out of a tree because of the actual weight of it. Have you
Mm-hmm.
gotten hit? Have you gotten anything stuck in the tree? And if
Yes.
so, how the hell do you get it out of there? And how do you find it? Because that's my fear with tiny whoops. It'd be
Mm-hmm.
my luck. I go do a power dive and I power dive straight into the tree and she's at the top of the tree.
Mm-hmm.
How do you find those damn things?
I have one that I lost up there for 3 weeks, and
Really?
it's actually this one right here.
See,
It's
that's too damn small.
and I couldn't see it up there.
So how did you get it back?
I just waited. I thought the wind would blow it out one day, and I thought maybe when the leaves fall, I'll be able to see it maybe when the fall comes.
Oh, get out of here.
And 3 weeks
you got
later,
it back.
it was
And you got
laying
it
out
back.
there. Yep, laying in the yard. But the open props, you can kind of get out of the tree a little better. The ones with the prop guards on them like that kind of get snagged up in here.
Yeah, those catch the branches and the scraggle of it.
We have
Yeah.
pine trees, and one got stuck on the bark of the pine tree and was pinned because of air mode or whatever, beta flight. It
Oh,
was pinned
yeah.
against the tree, and it was actually snagged on a piece of bark. It wasn't even, there was no branches right there. in that
It was
whole
just
part of it.
stuck, pinned against it because of the spinning props.
But it was about 30 feet up in the air, so I had to
Oh,
go.
fuck.
I got a fishing rod and taped another fishing rod to it and flicked it up out.
Okay,
Ended
well,
up getting
whatever, however that works. Now,
hmm
do you have a group of people you hang out with, or you fly solo?
I fly solo. I've been,
Okay? In your area, have you tried to reach out and see if
yeah,
there?
there's an AMA field down the road that's for a lot of airplane guys. I've seen guys flying helicopters out in the big park that we have, but I haven't really gotten to know anybody local. There's a few people in the next city over, which is probably about 30-40 minute drive, that I've met on Facebook, but I haven't had a chance to actually meet them in person yet.
Okay, all right. I was wondering because I started out by myself as well,
hmm
and then I found out it was cool to hang out with people, but when you fly by yourself, you don't have to worry about no one plugging in on you.
hmm Yeah, especially in
But
the old analog days.
yes, yes, yes. It was worse when everybody was switching over to DJI
hmm
because we found out if you're flying analog and someone plugs in their DJI, everyone blacks out.
Yeah,
But the trick to that is to have the DJI on, and then you can plug in.
after.
You can plug in after. But if you are in the middle of a power loop or a trick or stunt and somebody plugs in, your bird's going down.
Yeah.
I've had it done. I would tend to believe it was almost done purposely because when they flew, everybody was like, "Oh, so and so's flying. Don't nobody go in the air." I go in the air, all of a sudden I get blacked out.
Yeah, they blow you right off, right out of
Yeah,
the water.
So I didn't take it personal. I was the noob there, so I
Mhm.
didn't take it personal, man.
Now I
There
do
is.
still fly analog on bigger drones. This one's analog. This one's like my Avata.
That's your version of the Avata?
Yeah, it's a 3.5 inch, and I'll put these
Okay.
giant 8 blade props because they're supposed to be quieter. But I don't know if they're any quieter. They do have decent lift on them, but it's gotta
Does
go.
all of those props makes it real floaty, right?
Yeah, I think
It,
this is overkill for most drones, most quads, but they're supposed to be a lot quieter. With this motor, I have 2205s on here.
okay, because I notice on certain props that I use, my drones, certain drones get real floaty. Like
Yeah,
you try to descend and there's just no prop wash. It
yeah.
just wants to stay up in the air.
There's a dynamic idle you can set on beta flight to help. I've started using dynamic idle, and that way it'll lower your idle some more when you're coming back down.
Oh, get out!
But you don't
I
float
have
so
not played
much,
around with that. And
especially on open prop. It'll float
here's a
slower.
question for you:
hmm
how do you like beta flight since they've made it browser based now?
It took me a long time to switch over. I was using the old one on my computer for,
Because they have all control now.
yeah, and then once I learned, a lot of my a lot of these have GPS on them. So I have a GPS unit
Okay,
up top there, and then this is a 5 inch that I built.
that's a Speedy Beat stack.
Yeah, this is
I
Speedy.
know Speedy Beat because it's one of my favorite stacks before they went up to $150.
Yeah, I actually bought a bunch of parts before the tariffs took over, and kind of
See,
went crazy and stockpiled.
a lot of FPV pilots did that. They
hmm
brought motors and flight controllers and stacks and antennas and It was a
Hmm.
smart thing to do. Now, do
There's
you take that for range?
this one, yeah. This one's for kind of doing all purpose. It
Because
can
I
do.
have an antenna almost as long as that on
Hmm.
my 7 inch,
Hmm.
and that's for long range. So I know that antenna there specifically.
Yeah, this one's a medium range. I probably could get maybe 10, maybe 8 to 10 minutes out of out of a battery. This one's a smaller battery, but
6S.
6S, yeah. And,
Okay.
and I have another one, a dead cat I built for a little bit longer range. It's
Okay.
lighter and it's got O3 on there. O3
And,
cam.
I think '03 was one of the best things they could have done to FPV,
Mm-hmm.
because once everyone saw the '03 picture and said, "What? I don't need a GoPro anymore," people started getting longer flight times,
Mm-hmm.
a little more adventurous,
Yeah.
and I would always worry about my GoPro hitting something, but after you get used to flying your drone, you know the radius of it, what you can fit through and what you can't, as far
Mm-hmm.
as that.
Yeah, shooting gaps and stuff. Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm going to ask you what I usually ask everybody that comes on here.
Mm-hmm.
If you have any FPV buddies that might be interested in coming on the live stream,
Mm-hmm.
send them my way.
I sure will. I sure
Send them
will.
my way. Is there anyone that you want to shout out real quick before
Just
we let you get out of here? Anyone?
everybody from the Triton gang and Jack Higgins from Jack's 3D Printing and Chewy Prado Jr. for helping me with the logo and helping me with all my artwork. You guys have been awesome.
Good, 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 man. Well, I just wanted to thank you for coming on, and I know you took time out from work and everything, so I appreciate you getting the mic and the camera. The
Mm-hmm.
camera looks great. The mic sounds good.
Thank
It
you.
looks like you're ready to start streaming too.
Yeah,
You, you can go on one of these shows with Shorty and them and
been in
hang
the
out.
I've been in a shell for too long now. I'm glad y'all drug me out finally. Drug me out of my shell.
All right. See, well, that's like FPV. Once you fly with someone, you're like, I don't want to. I can fly by myself, but I don't want to anymore.
Mm-mm. No, I'm really looking for friends, and a lot of people that I'm friends with on Facebook are in different, different cities, different countries. But I know there's got to be some more people around here to fly.
There are.
Gotta
You
be.
would be surprised because, but I've gone places and had no idea there were drone pilots right there in
Hmm.
areas where I've been flying. So just keep your head up, man. Keep flying. Um, I appreciate you coming on at such, it's not short notice, but I appreciate you coming on. I have to
Thank you.
start looking now for next week's.
Hmm.
I think I have someone lined up for next week. I won't be able to confirm it until
Hmm.
after the stream, but um, tell
Yeah.
Jack, I let him know you gave him a shout out.
Hmm.
And hey, Jody, what's good, man? How are you? Hope all is well. Um, let
Doing
Jack
great.
know you came on the live stream. He's a cool guy. I'm going to see if I can speak to him and maybe get it. If not, get him to donate a couple of frames. Maybe get some frames at a
Hmm.
discount so we can give them away around the
Hmm.
holidays.
Yeah, I just got this 5 inch, so that's my latest build.
Okay. All right.
Just
What are you going to do
everything.
with it?
I'm probably gonna run HD0. I've really gotten into HD0 after flying a lot of whoops. I got the box goggles, and they
Okay.
do a good job on analog. And
Okay. So you're good to go then.
yeah, the range isn't anywhere near DJI, but the latency's a lot lower. So I have kind of the best of both worlds with
Okay. Cool.
having the
Well,
two systems.
well, listen, Rico, I appreciate you coming on. Rico FPV, I should say.
Well, thank you.
And your Instagram is in the description as well as posting it in the chat there. So 1S is one cell. English is hard. Yes, Gary, he's from Canada. Gary's from Canada. He had asked that. Yes, 1S is one cell. 6S is six cells, 8S, etc. All right, listen, Rico, I appreciate you, man,
Thank you
for
guys. I
coming on.
appreciate you guys
Yeah,
for
thank
You
you
having
for
enjoy the
me.
rest of your
that one.
dinner. Come by the
Thank you.
live stream. Come by and hang out. When you get a chance or you get some time off, just
Sure
come by and
will.
say hello. What's up or whatever.
I
All
sure
right?
will. Yeah,
All
thank
right.
you again. I appreciate the
Thank you.
offer and the opportunity.
No, thank you for coming
Thank
on,
you.
man.
You're
Enjoy the
welcome.
rest of your evening, all right?
All right, you too. Thank you so
All right.
much.
Good
All
night.
right, later, bro.
Bye.
Okay, and that concludes that segment of FPV Corner.
That was fun.
Um, let's
That,
see here. What do
that
we
was fun.
have coming up? We got
Well,
sponsors
you know what
coming
I
up?
wanted to talk about real quick, Lawrence? When we get into it,
Yes.
that we have to talk, we have to mention. It's something that has to be mentioned because keeping in line with FPV and you guys that fly FPV, it is the Clover FPV system. If you are interested in an interchangeable VTX that you can move from one drone to the next, or even to your RC cars or even plane, whatever it may be, it's one VTX, one camera, you're good to go for them all. So check that out, and you can use those guys for 15% off on checkout.
Yes.
Remember, those guys for 15% off at checkout.
I need a shoulder massage.
Do you?
Yes, man.
Do you? Do you? Do you? Do you? Do you? Do you? You know what else I saw that was out there, Lawrence?
What's that?
You know, you talk about dabbling and dabbling in this and dabbling in that. There's
Uh-huh.
one guy, one company out there that dabbles in almost everything, but doesn't dabble. He's got it and he's in good, and he does it. He does the best that he can with everything that he puts his hands on, and that happens to be DJI. So DJI now has
Yes.
got their first eVTOL drone, and it debuted where few aircrafts can fly. So we're talking about the EV50 electric vertical takeoff and land, debuted over Mount Everest.
Yes.
Yeah, you know they got to do it big, right?
They did do it big. I like this story because no one would have expected DJI to come out with an eVTOL. Now this thing has decent range. I do have a video. I can't play the video with sound, but I do
Well,
have a video. It's mostly them talking about
well,
it.
honestly, to tell you the truth, I really wanted to just mention it, really, and when we
I'm
get
putting it in the
more
chat.
and more information on it, we'll talk more and more about it. I mean, it's not something that we're gonna ever have or use, but
True.
DJI is doing it, and I mean, some people might say that they might have thought that DJI would have gotten into this a lot sooner, but everything in its time, right?
Right. Oh, hey, Idaho quadcopter. How are you, Marcus?
Hey,
I tried to
Marcus, what's
build my
going
own
on?
drone, but couldn't get the hang of cutting and polishing the camera lens. It kept breaking the glass.
Oh,
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, but it
it's a lot more than just cutting of glass to make a
this
camera
is
lens.
this is true. This is true. But hey, Marcus, I hope all is well. I see Marcus doing some good times with his Corvette. But that eVTOL that you show right there, Herman,
Hmm.
I think is going to do big things.
Hey, Marcus, I
I,
know a guy out here with an electric bike that'll get you.
with an electric bike, right? Where is it? Where is it? Okay. Yeah, that particular eVTOL drone that
Mhm.
they have, the video is in the chat. It's not in English because it was shot over on Mount Everest, and they are
They
Asian
speak
over
English.
there in that part of the
They don't speak
Everest.
English on Mount Everest.
They speak English on Mount Everest, but the guys that were doing the testing on the new DJI eVTOL, e-bikes are fun. I know you just did it. He just got an e-bike.
Did
Hey
you see
Rico,
that
no
movie?
problem, man. Thank you.
Yeah, really, thank you for coming and hanging out with us, man. Did you see that movie Everest, Lawrence?
No,
Oh, you got to see that.
yeah.
You got to watch that. I
See,
I
see,
would
I didn't see it just
I
because it
would
was in the
never.
snow.
I would never. Oh, it wasn't snow in the whole mountain, just at the top.
Just at the top. I did not see that. No,
Nah, I'm
thank you,
good.
Rico.
That
Seriously.
thing, that thing has 2 different weather climates.
Yeah. Stormy and extreme stormy.
Well, honestly, they started the climb in good weather, and then the storm was up at the top. You got to see the movie.
Okay. All right.
But we got
Not to Everest where they ate everybody.
who?
Not Everest where the movie Everest where they ate the people. No, that was a different mountain. So my bad.
Okay.
Plane crash. People had to eat people.
No, that's a different story.
Yeah, all together. Okay. I
Yeah.
have not seen Everest then.
No.
But I
Well,
saw the one where they had to eat people.
You know what I want to talk about real quick? And then get
What's
into
that?
another sponsor.
What's that?
Another sponsor we got.
Let's go.
Nanook. For 10% off at checkout, use Phantom Flight 10. Nanook has cases for all of your DJI and Autel drones. They make custom cases for watches, jewelries, for your jewelry, all sorts of firearms. Anything you need to protect in a hard case, it's floatable, waterproof, then Nanook makes a case for it. Check out the link in the description, Nanook. And we're back. As Lawrence is guzzling the water.
Yes. Yes. Needed it the last week with all that smoke. Gary, you guys, I hope you guys have got the fires under control there.
Yeah, Gary, I mean, all that damn hookah smoke y'all guys got going on over there is enough, man, with the hookah smoke. Keep the hookah smoke down, all right, man? It's all right to party, but all of the hookah smoke you guys got coming up here, coming down this way, is killing us. We got our own pollution.
Yeah, Rob says, how's the weather over here? I was letting him know that the weather's clear. It's been clear for a couple of days now. The sky is no longer orange.
Lawrence,
Yes.
guess what's happening?
What's happening?
The FCC is expanding the crackdown on alleged DJI shell companies. Now, you know Sky Rover and Spectre and these guys that was out there pushing drones all over.
And Zoo Robotics.
Well, Anzu Robotics has kind of figured out their situation.
Yeah.
But they were pushing all these drones on Amazon and stuff like that, and it's like they're selling this DJI quality tech, and I guess the FCC. Well, we knew the FCC had. We said this before a long time ago that they got wind of what's really going on, and they released an NPRM, the notice of proposed rulemaking.
Yes.
For the public to comment on, and this is interesting because they put this out earlier this month, and I guess it's for the public to comment on whether or not they would like to prohibit the authorization of such equipment that's being sold. And it happens to be about 9 companies. I'm not going to get into naming these 9 companies because some of them I will bite my friggin' tongue trying to pronounce the name of them. Some of them are fairly easy, but some of them have some strange names. But anyhow,
Yeah.
8 of these 9 companies, they're going to be slapped with a $25,000 fine because these, due to ignoring a formal inquiry that was sent to them on whether or not they were marketing radios equipment like entities on the covered list. So basically, for the companies that are pushing these drones, that are actually pushing DJI tech with the name slapped on the controller, they were inquiring about that, and some of these companies have just flat out ignored that. So they're going to be slapped with that fine. You know,
On top of the fact they did their best to flood the United States with stock before the FCC.
Well, here's the thing, and I think that something like this further points to what I've been saying all along, that the United States government is trying to take drones out of the hands of consumers.
Yes.
the regular general public, and only in the hands of commercial flyers and first responders and government agencies. So, with this, and it's funny because they've demonized drones enough to the point where now you're asking the public for their feedback. Where is that now? The feedback that is necessary in
It's
it
not so nice.
is the feedback from the guys who are actually using the tech,
Right.
and that's where it becomes more so.
The ones that are getting shitted on.
It's more so important for those guys to give feedback as opposed to the general public. I think that most of the people who are in the hobby have more. They're more. How can I say? This has been more exposed to them than the regular Joe, to find out whether or not they can actually leave a comment
Right.
on this. And I think that something like this is more, is, like I said, it's more important that the guys who actually fly as hobbyists leave their comments, because they'll always not, and I won't say just those guys, even guys that fly commercially, because there are a lot of the guys who fly commercially are using the drone tech for photographs and for video. And there are no American companies that are creating drones for that.
Right.
Only the so-called shell companies and DJI have drones that are equipped for that. So we're like, say, like with us, we're doing some things, and
Same in Canada, Herman.
huh?
There's, they're agreeing with you. It's the same in Canada.
You
They're
know,
doing the same.
like certain, like here, a lot of the work that we do, most of the work that we do is in creating photos and video for construction companies, especially
Right.
SD, that allows us to share their work on social media. It's just part of the deal that we have with them, is
Yeah.
sharing their work, highlighting their work on social media. There's no American company making drones that we can actually purchase to do that.
True.
So when the DJI stock is done, and it's done for us as well, because we won't be able to have those drones or have these other type of companies that produce drones that can do cinematic shooters, I like to call them, that you can use to capture video as well as photos. These are the drones that are out there. They're capturing photos, but do they have the sensors and the quality? They are actually looking for you to slap a $2,000, $3,000 camera on some rig that's going to cost you another $2,000 or $3,000 to actually fly to do the same work. That is ungodly reasonable. You know what I mean? So, when you talk about what you're spending on a DJI drone, even at the highest, somewhat of the level of, say, your Mavic series drone, is well enough to do the job that we do. Why would I spend an extra $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 to not be able to do it, or to make up something to do it?
Yeah.
That putting more cost on me, on the company, putting more cost on the actual customer. Because if I have to put up a $6,000 drone to take photos and create videos for you, then you're going to pay for a $6,000 drone to be up there.
Exactly. Unfortunately, everyone has to bite the bullet on
The
it.
insurance on such a thing becomes a lot more as well.
That's true.
So I don't know what's your feelings on this thing, Lawrence, and the way they're coming at these companies, these so-called shell companies.
Well, I thought it was
Boutique
slick,
tech.
and DJI knew what was happening. That's why the shell company started. DJI started these shell companies years before we even had an idea they were about to do this.
Well, I don't think that it was done because of that. I think it was just a great deal for them to get licensing and to get
Right, and
products.
get their product out there.
Yeah.
But as far as these companies like Sky Rover, Contigo, Spectre, we knew it was a matter of time before they would get caught. Honestly,
Sky High Tech.
yes, honestly, we did know that there would be limited time before they get caught. It was just a matter of when.
Was it? I mean,
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
think that it was.
You cut the snake's head off, and then you get the rest of the body. You know how it goes.
What are you, a dog now?
it's just facts of hunting.
Well, I mean, I personally think that it all leads back to the fact that they don't want drones in the hands of the consumer.
That's exactly what it
Average
is.
consumer. I don't think that that's what they want. I think they only want drones in the hands of like first responders, government officials, and
Hmm.
those who are flying commercially for like doing
That's
inspections,
exactly what they want.
stuff like that, and other things of that nature. I don't think they want anyone flying their drone anywhere near because let's just face facts. It's going to happen as long as they're allowed to do it.
True. Here's one
You
thing.
know, and they're talking now about these fines and stuff that the FAA is now cracking down heavily on. It's just the FCC was a way of doing it, and they got around it because they know that most of this tech comes out of China.
Yeah, true.
So slap the well, not so much China, but saying to slap it with a foreign drones label, which made it was blanket and could cover it. You know, where the tariff and stuff like that, the tariffs weren't able to cripple these drones.
No, they weren't, and it's been known because of the breakdowns. They've taken every one of these drones and broke them down and said, yes, it's DJI's OcuSync, yes, it's DJI's main processor. You know, it was a good idea. It was. You don't think so?
I thought it was a great idea, but like once again, I just feel that coming after these companies that you've allowed to operate after you were able to stop the name leads to the fact, like I said, and I'll keep saying it until it's admitted by the people who keep saying no, that they don't want the average Joe flying in our airspace. They've complained heavily about the drones in Jersey with all of that. Oh, the drones over there, the drones.
Mm-hmm.
And they use these things as a catalyst to put a black eye on drones.
They've
And
been doing it since we've been flying, Herman.
yeah, there's certain incidents, and fools like the 3,000 people who were detected during the World
During
Cup.
FIFA.
And they don't have to tell you that a lot of them were probably foreign people who came here from other countries thinking that they
Uh-huh.
can just fly their drone, and now they're just lumping it all as to drone pilots. They're not going to tell you, they're never going to tell you that 3,642 of the 3,646 people who were caught were foreigners from other countries. They're never going to tell you that. So I'm just saying, they're never going to tell you that. They're just going to use the numbers as a reason for why you shouldn't be.
True.
Everything has to have a case study. People thought
Mm-hmm.
it was a joke, and people thought that they wasted money, by creating this tech and stuff like that to detect and to mitigate. Well, no, they're going to get it off the backs of those who did,
Yep.
So look for more things to happen in the near future.
Well, let's see. let's see what happens. I mean, right now, you're batting 1,000. You started saying 3 years ago that pretty soon you'd need a Part 107 to fly, and it's already at that point. It's past that
Listen,
point.
I don't say these things because I'm crazy. I got vision.
But you say you don't wear an aluminum foil hat?
Nope. Nope. I listen to what people say.
When they had those symposiums,
and
everyone was like, "They're too long. I'm
the
not
one thing
watching."
that I don't do is I don't listen to you. I listen to the guy who says I don't like you, as opposed to listening to you thinking that he doesn't like you.
Yeah, sad. It's
What he
sad.
has to say. But you know what, Lawrence? You heard about the earthquakes over in Venezuela, right? Well, over in Venezuela, they're using what they call cockroach drones, right?
You heard right, cockroach
to
drone.
search through the Venezuelan earthquake rubble. Now, I don't know if you've seen the devastation over there, but the devastation over there is bad. Where buildings were just flattened. I mean, flattened. And we're talking about earthquakes that have killed more than 1,700 people.
True.
You know, CNN, according to CNN, and in the BBC, they recorded that they're using what they call micro drone cells, cockroach drones, that can, believe it or not, help them find people. These things can crawl through the rubble in places where not even the robotic dogs and other things like that can get through. So these things can go through certain little crevices to see if they can find bodies or people still alive that are trapped in different places to see if they can, you know, rescue these people. And I think that this is crazy because it can, like I said, it can walk and squeeze and crawl through places that nothing else can except maybe water.
Now, if you're interested and want to know how could they get a roach to carry a camera, they're using Madagascar roaches, so they're not tiny. But how do you get it to carry the camera? That's not the hard part. How do you control it? Now, this same backpack that it's carrying emits some type of frequency which goes along with their antenna, and it tells them when to turn and when to not turn. So bugs crawl over everything. You put one of these Madagascar roaches, cockroaches, with a camera on its back, and like Herman said, it crawls through the rubble. They can put infrared cameras on now, heat sensing, all of this stuff that they're doing now to search for bodies, and they're literally using cockroaches to search and find bodies. That's crazy.
And they're actually finding people.
Yeah, and they're finding people, right. Most of them are dead. Unfortunately, if they didn't find you within the first 72 hours or so, well, that's not bad, RJ. I'm going to have to check that out.
What?
He was saying that Wrote a Riot, I was saying they're selling all this stuff to the Ukraine. He was saying that they have flight controllers in stock.
I thought you were saying that they got cockroach drones.
Oh no. But the fact that now they can use a certain frequency to control where a Madagascar bug goes is scary.
Well, I guess it's similar frequency like they use on those little things to keep bugs from going into places.
Right, to keep bugs out of your house. Those little things that have the high-pitched sound that we can't hear for bugs and rats or whatever.
They have them for rodents, for rodents and all kind of things now.
Yeah.
They're getting better at this technology.
They are. But the fact that they're doing this, they say a living insect with a circuit board backpack.
That's exactly what it is. Let me show you.
Yes. Here we go.
Right
there it is. That's a Madagascar roach with a backpack with a battery, camera, and something that transmits to each antenna to tell it to go left or right. Now, after a day's work, do these bugs go back and have some nice lettuce to chew on or what? I mean, what's up with that?
I
Do
guess
they go in and
or if
don't
they,
come?
if they find them.
Right. Do they go in and not come back out? What?
How to-
That's what I'd be interested to know. FYI. But it's still a good story because, oh, the story goes on to say they have this under such control that they have a diving suit for roaches that can go underwater now with this diving suit. And where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where the hell is it? Okay, okay. Research widening insects can reach. Scientists from Singapore, Waseda University, unveiled a flexible diving suit for cyborg cockroaches
Time
in
out.
June.
Time out. Who's the tailor that can custom fit these suits for their little arms?
Listen, I don't know, but it says they unveiled a flexible diving suit for cyborg cockroaches in June, letting insects operate underwater in low oxygen pockets for up to 3 hours per Tech Explorer.
This is exploitation.
Flooded basements, collapsed drains, and airless voids that exact geography for disaster sites are opening up.
When Peter
So literally, they
this,
have a diving suit.
when Peter finds out about this, you guys are going to be in trouble. This is exploitation.
I registered my Sky Rover on a drone zone. The name comes up in the FAA database as Kalane 01 model AUD. That doesn't matter as long as it comes up as something. Marcus, I hear you.
You could register it.
Right. Long as you, even though you don't have to, it would be best. Guys, I know they say you don't have to register drones below 250, but if you want to continue flying, it would be a great idea.
You know what, Lawrence?
I just bookmarked it, Ron. Thank you. Yeah, $69 for a flight controller? Hell to the yeah.
You remember that dude Resnick, right?
Yeah.
You know, Blake Resnick, I believe his name is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's where the whole terminology of BRINC comes from, Blake Resnick, Inc. Anyhow.
Gary says someone has a report to the SPCI. Yeah, that's their version of PETA. Yeah. It is crazy because we've known for a while that man has been trying to reproduce flight from birds, and they've done it. They actually have a bird that swims underwater as well as in the air as well. Cruelty to insects. Listen, they need a union too, huh, Gary?
They have it, the same one that protects the animals. But check this one out, Lawrence.
Yeah.
League City, all right? Police to fly BRINC 911 drones by December. Now,
Really?
yes, they plan to put together a whole drone for first responders program by December. The clock's ticking. And this Texas department will be flying BRINC drones. Now, hold on to your wallets, guys. For 2 docking stations, right? For the first year, the cost will be nothing, free of charge.
Yep.
But if they keep the program past the pilot stage for the deal, right? Run 6 years at up to $1,759,980 for 2
drones per year.
drones.
That's freaking
This
ridiculous.
is with the whole software program. Now, hear me out. It's not just a drone in the box. It's a whole 911.
The whole architecture, yes.
Right? It's a 911 call system. And they're trying to beat a 6-minute response time with these drones. Now, when you call 911, these drones will be dispatched. Now, I know that something like this would break the pockets of New York City because there's a 911 call every second.
Yeah, right.
Could you imagine what our airspace would look like and how many of these we would have to have?
They would be crashing. They'd be crashing because by the time it got back to charge the battery halfway, it'd have to take off again.
Well, it wouldn't even be able to come back.
True.
They'd be dispatching them all over the city. But anyhow, no, seriously, two of these drones is going to cost them that kind of money.
1.76 million.
And you're talking about a system where is that when you call 911, the drones will be dispatched before the police even get on the scene.
Yes.
And that's good that the police will have the eyes in the sky, just like they're doing here with Skydio before it, so they say, before it even,
You see what Rob put? He says you don't own the BRINC drone, you lease them. So
Right.
that fee is every year. Yeah.
right,
That's crazy.
yeah,
But that comes with a maintenance plan and everything. You got to
of course
figure.
it does. But this is why I'm saying to you, it comes, yeah, it's hefty.
BRINC wants to be in every police precinct across the United States.
It's hefty.
Okay, and right now they're the only competition to Skydio. And with the advent of the Skydio falling out of the sky here in Manhattan recently, I think that was a bad blemish on Skydio.
I don't think that that's going to stop it.
I mean, they have contracts. They have the contracts.
New York would lose their shirt with this BRINC system
You're right.
because the amount of them that they would have to have.
True. Because they're talking about just two coming to 1.76 million. So imagine if you had to put dozens across the city. You're right. New York couldn't absorb that.
Yeah, they wouldn't want to. I guess the more you get, the cheaper it gets, huh?
Yeah,
Who knows?
I would hope so.
I just wanted to share that with you. But yeah, this League City is I guess in Texas. This
Yes,
department.
they are in
In
Texas.
Texas. They got the big old armored truck, so I guess they could afford it.
Well, they claim that it'll cover 120,000 residents.
Mm-hmm.
And we're talking the north side and the east side and the west side, or north and south, whatever
Mm-hmm.
part. They mentioned it in the story.
Uh-huh. I wonder how many calls they get a minute.
Right, but the BRINC drone, 42-minute flight time, 40 times total zoom, 640 pixel thermal, and rates as an IPX4, water resistant, and flies over a 4G network, which is already established in most cities.
That's not bad.
Oh, and a 95 decibel loudspeaker,
Mm-hmm.
and a microphone that can pick up voices from more than 100 feet away or 30 meters away.
Okay. So basically, it can listen in on your conversation.
Right, it could sit there perched 100 feet away, and right, a parabolic mic. Exactly. And it has a modular bay to drop off something like Narcan or an AED kit for medics before medics arrive. So you get a lot in those two boxes.
Before the medics arrive, I can see that here in New York, boy. Somebody stole the Narcan.
Here in New York, I could almost see that. Well, Herman, it's that time.
See a guy trying to sell it on Broadway. Got Narcan? Got Narcan?
Skydio's linked to flock surveillance systems.
What happened?
Ron was saying that they're linked through flock surveillance systems. I'm gonna have to look into them.
Okay.
Flock surveillance systems. I have heard of the name, but I didn't know Skydio was linked through them.
Mm-hmm.
That's not bad, Ron. $114.
Okay.
We're talking flight. We're talking stacks here. Oh, nice. Nice and clean, too. Interesting. Bookmark. Anything you want to say before we get out of here?
I was just going to ask you that.
No, be safe,
Did
fly
you-
safer, get that Lance authorization. Make sure you stay within the line of sight, and that's half the job.
Did
Stay
you-
below that. Stay
you get
below
your
200
messages?
feet if it says 200, etc.
Did you get your messages?
Me?
Yes. What I want to tell you guys, and I'll say it again, I say it all the time, I say it before we end every stream. Protect yourself, protect your hobby. Do the right thing. Be aware of everything you need to know before you take off. Don't assume that everything is cool because I flew here yesterday or I just want to fly. Those days I just want to fly are over. And it's not even so much about not forgetting your SD card, but it's about staying in tune to the TFRs and stuff like that that's going on and getting your flight authorization. Lawrence talks all the time about SkyVector. SkyVector is one of the best tools that you can use for TFRs. It gives you TFRs from all across the country. If I wanted to find out about TFRs in California, I can find them with SkyVector.
Yep.
So I tell you guys, protect yourself and protect your hobby.
Please.
And with that being said, and I'll see you next time with
Those
guys. Good night, everyone.
Goodbye.